No, by National Association of Propane Dealers, period, approved plans from a mechanical engineer would be accepted.
So that's not saying we have to have a mechanical engineer plan.
No.
But they would, okay, because we don't
It's
want
saying that
to
if,
burden that, that's expensive.
yeah, it's saying that if you don't want to do what Don will hand out,
All right, so it was a period and it said, oh, all right.
one of these, options that are available, and you've got some other idea,
Okay.
and you get a mechanical engineer to do it, I guess we would have to accept that probably.
What, do you know what the, I know what a 20-pounder is, it's on our grills, but there's one that is like twice as high, kind of, that's used on portable grills too, and like smokers. What is that? Is that a 50-pounder?
Well, you can get, see in like an RV, most of them are 30-pound tanks instead of 20s. You can get 50s, get 100s. I don't know, maybe you'll get 75s, I'm not sure.
But
And then you go on up to some of these that are about a big around and 4 feet high, and they're probably like 200 or 250 or something.
I guess what I'm getting at,
Normally,
Huh?
250 are normally
Yeah.
longer for Peters. That one you're talking about, I think, is 150.
Yeah.
so where do you think it stops being portable?
Well, and FEMA has a secured vertical tank, 120 pounds, or 120 gallon, 420 pound size, with 2 ground anchors. That's where they're starting. I don't know if that's where we want to start.
FEMA is saying 120
Yeah.
gallon, 420 pound size.
So that would eliminate the 100 pound.
120 pound propane.
Yeah.
450 pounds.
400.
Not very portable.
420 pound size, I mean, 120 gallons. And then on this one that Paul got this one, and this has got tie downs that you screw in the ground, or you can pour a concrete slab, and that starts at, their tank size starts at 325 something. I don't know if it's pounds or gallons. I'm assuming it's,
You got weight in there, so it's gotta be gallons.
yeah,
The weight's on the other side.
yeah, right. Yeah, so I'm assuming,
It's pretty hefty.
I recommend we mirror FEMA's regulations.
but yeah, I haven't been
That's
out there.
they've probably done more studies on this than we will ever think about doing.
Yeah.
So I would probably mirror what FEMA says on their recommendation.
I know, when I was out in California once, or during the flood, on the Rifle River, they were losing tanks right and left. And we heard a couple of them blow out in the ocean. They get smashed up against the rock. I didn't see them, but I heard them. I don't know how far away they were, but quite low. And I guess my thought is here, the biggest problem would be if they had a bridge and blew up someplace outside of our township. That'd be fine, but, and Don, you said they brought this up in one of your training things, yes?
I've seen pictures of it, I've never been in the vicinity, and
Yeah.
I've seen pictures of them exploding after floods and this kind of thing, but I've never actually seen one myself.
Yeah, well,
Just in a seminar they happen
that would get your attention, I
to, yeah,
guess.
to get your attention.
So, if you want to put a size on them, I think probably we should.
Yeah, I don't want to make this become a nightmare for every 20, 40 pounder that's out there, that we got to tie it down.
Well, it's just in flood prone areas.
Yeah, but it's in the water overlay district is what you're talking about.
No. flood
It's a
plain or flood prone.
Floodplain area zone.
Yeah, which would be in the water overlay district, more than likely.
Okay.
That's why, you know, we can put it other places too, if you want to.
Well, when I was reading the agenda, it says add 5.60 to the water overlay district about tied out the LP gas tanks.
Yeah.
But you got it more specific, that's only in flood zones? Flood prone?
Well, you know, John and I talked about it, and we kind of felt that, you know, because it will be near the water someplace, if it's in a floodplain or flood-prone area, that probably the water overlay district would be the place to put it. Unless we put it under general provisions.
No.
I don't know.
The only floodplains we have are below the dam, I think.
We have two in Cozy
Floodplain.
Point.
Oh, floodplain.
Who on Cozy Point?
Yeah.
Cozy Point, there's two little.
Yeah, there's a
areas.
couple little there, they don't even go up into where the homes are.
There's no floodplain areas along the river system?
No, because of the dams, they say there's no problem with flooding.
And if
On the
Hardy,
Tamarack or Little Muskegon?
Not that I'm aware of.
well,
I know we don't, whenever we do them, they're outside, they're usually in C or X, which are not the areas when we run, because we run a lot of properties when we do them.
and
So we don't, there aren't that
Got it in
many.
Bill's Lake or not? None of those are issues?
They don't, their high water mark doesn't change that much. None of them do. Get over by Brooks now you do, because Brooks and Hess both change.
but,
Connection.
you know, I guess on a lake, it wouldn't bother me as much because it's just gonna bob around in the lake, probably.
Oh,
Down a river.
As opposed to going.
Yeah, as opposed to going down a rushing river that,
Yeah, Brooks has some in Devil's Hole, then I'm sure that would be part of it, because that's all floodplain in there.
but,
And then off of Spruce there, going in from the south side.
yeah. You know, I don't know.
That whole area that gets down there, they do get flooded every now and then. The ice gets right, they do.
Jim, can I see how that's written? Where you got it? I mean, so you virtually have hardly any area in the.
Yeah,
Very little in the town.
very little. And if Hardy goes poop all of a sudden, then it'll make any difference whether propane tanks are floating on.
I guess I've always heard floodplain area, but I've never heard flood prone area. What does that designate, a flood prone area?
Well, it's just kind of a expansion of words.
And who interprets that though?
Well, it's
What is
more
a
like,
flood prone area?
My understanding, it's more like areas that are prone to flooding more often than 100 years. And typically, a floodplain is a 100-year floodplain. It just means it's more often than the 100
Right.
years, typically.
Who's determining it though?
I don't think there's a designation as far as if it goes, you have to be in a flood hazard area.
I think
Flood prone, it would just be something that we have knowledge that does flood, I guess.
And
Because you wouldn't get that on any, if you check FEMA, when you look at their map, they wouldn't have a flood, well, they might have a flood plain